Oh, I don't want to waste these autumnal days, so just before the winter's due to start, I'm going to be picking some of these delicious pears in order to make a delicious poached pear dessert. I think we won't need all of them, so I think 3 or 4 would be just fine for us. Well, I've just come from outside. I've picked some tasty pears from the tree. And when you have a tree in the garden, you don't want to eat pears 24/7. So what else do you do with them? I'm going to be making poached pears today. They're so easy and so tasty with a bit of fresh cream or ice cream or yogurt. And there's really not much to it. You boil them, peel them, boil them, throw in some very, very key ingredients. And I'll just turn the camera in a second and we'll go through the ingredients. Right, here's my ingredients. I've got some dried lavender, as you can see. We've got some cardamom pods, a cinnamon stick, and star anise. And of course, some honey. Now, all this can be bought at your supermarket. You know, if you can't get hold of culinary lavender, it's fine just to pick what you've got outside in the garden and put that in the boil. So all these very aromatic ingredients are going to help contribute to make your poached pears really, really tasty. Right, just going to basically poach all these pears, peel them. I've had a swirl under the tap. Okay, so now what I do, I want to take the core out, and I just use a fairly sharp knife and I work the core out. You don't have to do this. You can literally cut the pears up into big chunks and boil them like that. That's fine. And then I also just cut off the woody bits, or the bits that didn't come off earlier on. So there we go. So we'll just take out that core again and try and make sure that there's no pips left. To be honest, I sometimes do leave a pip in or two, but it doesn't really make any difference. Okay, so there you go. Pear that's been decored, and we're just going to, as I say, take off some of the woody bits so that when we have our dessert we can just munch away without worrying what we're going to break our teeth on. Okay, so now we're just going to pop everything in a pot. Okay, so now the pears have been all decored. Here's my star anise, cardamom pods, some dried lavender, and a cinnamon stick, and just need to get a spoon. and some honey. Now, as you can see, I haven't really stipulated the quantities, and that's because I'll leave that to you. You know, we're not baking, so I know when we bake, we have to use exact amount of ingredients, but when I make my poached pears, it's all according to taste, really. So, you know, a small handful of dried lavender, maybe anything from 10 to 20 cardamom pods, 1 or 2 cinnamon sticks, as little or as much honey as you wish, and just really to your taste. And some people even cook theirs in red wine, which is also very nice. But really, you see, I just want to cover it, and I'm going to let it come to the boil and then simmer for about 25 minutes. Obviously, the longer you leave them to boil or simmer, the more infused of the flavors they're going to get. What I ideally like to do is, you know, boil them for 25 minutes or so, or half an hour, and leave them overnight in the aromatic juice, and you get really fully flavored poached pears. Okay, so here are the poached pears, well and truly done, and now we're going to serve them up. You can have these poached pears with custard, ice cream, but I'm going to have them with milk kefir, or kefir milk. Here we go. So these are hot poached pears, just made. There we go. And just to add to it, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on. So there you go, absolutely delicious poached pears.